Drop it.
Bem, olá, aqui quem fala é o Lobo Gamer, sejam bem-vindos para mais um vídeo. Vamos continuar aqui com a história da 5.0 do Genshin. E neste momento estamos literalmente atrás de um gajo que, pelos vistos, vê muito bem. Para nos estar a procurar pelo nome da antigo da kachina, porque ela foi de conas e não foi ressuscitada, porque acho que o abismo raptou-a. Então agora nós temos que inventar a puta de um ritual do caralho com uma pedra. E que um gajo que vê muito bem para buscar o nome dela, para localizá-la, para ressuscitá-la. Uma marcoteia do caralho. Eu acho que é mais aí, supostamente. O gajo está sempre a olhar para a paisagem porque foda-se, não tem mais nada para fazer. O amigo dele morreu e decidiu: vou ficar agora todos os dias parado aqui a olhar para a parede. E foda-se, ficou. É ele, amor mais.
Hello there, are you Vichana?
That's me. Did you need something? What? You're saying you can bring someone back from the Night Kingdom? No, if you really think about it, anything's possible in that kind of place.
Are you okay? You
Everything's fine. I'll help you. After I help you find Kachina's ancient name, I want to use the stone to look for...
Your friend? Oh, why not mention someone?
Yes, but I'd rather not get into it if it's all the same.
That's not a problem. We agree to your request.
Yeah,
Esse nome.
since you're helping us find Kachina's ancient name, it's only right that we return the favor.
É, o problema é como se conseguissem arranjar. O gajo tem que ter um nome antigo. E passado X tempo o gajo fica meio das ideias. Então não é como se desse para coisá-lo a qualquer hora. Então já se passou um tempo, então não é como se conseguissem ressuscitar já, mas podem tentar. Não é?
Then we're agreed. Can I have a look at the stone? I see. From what I can tell, it functions almost... Once the connection is established, the abyss will come surging through the opening like a predator honing in on the scent of blood. So we have to be sure not to use...
Wow, you got all that just...
I just picked up on the basics, really. I still have no idea why it works. You said someone named Seat Lolly invented this. They must be a genius. I'll go find an open area and start setting things up. In the meantime, I need you to get two things.
We'll go right away. What do you need?
First, I'll need some hook ropes. Pretty much every store around here carries them, so no need to go anywhere special. Oh, and I need to build a net out of them, so make sure you get...
Wait, are you saying you're going to use a real net to catch Kachina's ancient name?
By creating something tangible in our world, like a net, we can create a connection to a corresponding concept in the Night Kingdom. Basically, I'm going to use the concept of a net to catch something equally intangible. An ancient name.
Oh, I see.
O gajo, isto é meio marado das ideias, mas ok.
Right. I need two chunks of obsidian. Once we bring the ancient names into our world, we'll need a place to Normally, you can only get obsidian from the Children of Echoes. But I heard there's a traveling merchant from that tribe around here somewhere, so...
Gotcha!
Alright, let's split up. See that clearing? Oh, and you can send someone with me if you want. Okay.
What do you think, Chaska?
There's no need. Lena spoke highly of...
I appreciate it.
Sério, só porque
Anyway,
o gajo falou.
it'll take some time to set everything up, so...
Era melhor levar um gajo para segurar. Pelo menos para a segurança do gajo. Pronto.
What an odd guy. He seems so defeated, but also really invested in the stone at the same time. I don't have any more insight than you, Paimon. Let's just focus on the preparations for now. Hang on, Kachina. We're coming for...
Errado. como sempre a querer desligar. Aquela de nada dá um piso. Vai desligar em 5 minutos, desliga-me. Independentemente se estou a usar ou não. Estás a usar há muito tempo, vai desligar se foda-se, tens que ligar de novo. Como se desse lógica total, nesse sentido. Mas pronto. Sempre para atrapalhar. Pelo menos nunca nos momentos estou à porrada ou em
Do you have any
cutscene.
hook ropes for sale?
Hook ropes? As in rock climbing equipment?
Yes. How much for your...
Oh, the whole thing? Let me
deal?
wait.
What, you want me to drive down the price? We just need these as fast as possible.
Oh, no problem at all. I'll even pass along some information on the house. These ropes are usually used by rock climbing enthusiasts. If you want to learn, Roka's the person you want to... All right.
Now we need the obsidian. Let's go talk to the...
Excuse me, do you sell obsidian?
Why, yes. I've got a chunk for sale.
Perfect. Is that the only one?
That might be tough. Tell you what.
Thank you so much.
Just an espada.
Relax. Everything's going...
I know, it's just... I could tell Vichama feels the same way about his friend that I do about Kachina. Kachina always carries all sorts of shiny stones with her. If I was the one trapped in the Night Kingdom, she'd have a whole pile of obsidian ready in a heartbeat.
Well, would you look at that? I did bring an extra. Here you go, young lady.
Perfect! Thank you.
If you hadn't shown up, these stones would have just sat here collecting dust. I'll take 3,000. Here you go. By the way, I heard you mention Vich. How's he doing? Malco's been...
Do you know what happened between them?
I heard about it in passing while I was out drinking one night. But I don't know. Malco was an amazing fighter, capable of knocking out multiple opponents in a single hit. While Vichama, 5 years ago, they both emerged triumphant in the pilgrimage. But on the eve of battle, the Abyss launched an attack on their tribe, and Vichama suffered an injury.
Then what happened?
The team agreed that he couldn't fight the Abyss in his condition. Vichama didn't argue. He knew going to the front lines with an injured leg would make him a burden in battle. So they raised the issue with the Pyro Archon, and she agreed. It's just... Malco and the others ended up facing hordes of abyssal monsters in numbers that far exceeded anyone's expectations. The team made an error. Vichama went into a deep depression after that. He blames himself for everything.
Bem, aí é meio fodido.
Oh,
Como eles
you're not
perdem o
wrong.
antigo nome deles.
But it's possible he chooses to blame
segundo
himself.
tempo, então, yeah.
Not because he did something wrong, but because he wasn't able to... I've tried convincing him to move forward, to stop dwelling on the past. But the shadow of Malco's death hangs over him still. The Abyss has caused so much suffering, and some wounds never heal. Anyway, that's the gist of it. Maybe you could help him talk things through sometime. I would really...
Tem para aqui estes bichos. aqui não dá. Pronto.
Did you get everything?
Yep, it's all here. When do we start?
I've made all the necessary adjustments. As agreed, I'll help you find Kachina's ancient name, and then you return the favor. Go ahead. After Malco fell, I scoured the battlefield to see what happened. It turned out he wasn't bested by some impossibly powerful foe. He was dragged to his... If I had been there, I would have been able to sense the danger. I could have warned them not to... I've always blamed myself for what happened. But when you told me about Kachina, I realized there's a chance Malco might...
But that happened several years. The Pyro Archon said all life within the Night Kingdom eventually...
There might not be much hope, but I still have to try. Malco and I promised each other, even if we never managed to root out the Abyss for good, we would fight together until the end. All right, let's get to it. I'll start searching for the conceptualized version of Kachina's ancient name. If you see any make sure you prepare yourselves for battle. As I said, the stone will link the mortal realm to the Night Kingdom.
Look at that golden thing! It must be one of those fragments Vichama mentioned. Let's get closer!
Não são aqueles móveis da vida comuns. São a energia do abismo a copiar na forma de bicho. Carne.
I taste blood.
Está foda. A puta do upgrade ao PS,
How much
senão
longer,
ele não vai
Vichama?
capar.
Not long. We're getting close. O gajo não está a ficar corrompido pelo próprio Abir. Quick, take it! I found Kachina's ancient name. Hang in there, Malco. Just a little longer.
Something's not right. The power of the Abyss...
The Abyss is corroding his body. Vichama, you can't keep going. You'll die.
I should have died 5 years ago. I just need a little more time. Please, I'm almost there. Thank you.
Whoa, watch out! The power of the Abyss is strong.
Vamos purificar esta porra para o gajo sobreviver. E bem, agora temos que usar a purificação.
This power...
Hanging in there?
Malco. No, what?
We can't wait any longer.
I already tried, but the power of the Abyss has him in a chokehold. It's like he's tied to the stone with an invisible...
In that case, we have no choice. Get back!
Chaska, wait!
Destruir a pedra. Podiam ter matado o gajo, em vez de destruir a pedra. A pedra podia ser útil depois.
What happened just now? It looked like the spirit speaker...
The stone's power was spiraling out of control. You were all caught in the shockwave of the explosion. You might feel dizzy for a while.
Give us a heads up next time, will you? You're lucky...
I thought I said to get back.
Yeah, barely a second before you made it go poof. Not everyone has your reflexes, Chaska. We were this close to getting dragged into the...
Okay, I'll be more careful.
At least Kachina's ancient name is still in one piece. Vichama! Vichama!
I couldn't find Malco's ancient name. It must... Once your ancient name disappears, there's no coming back. From the very beginning, I knew there was a slim... And now... It's too late to save...
Vichama.
I'm sure he's heard enough condolences over the years. Let's just...
Huh? What's that in your hands, Vichama?
Huh? This is...
Hey, Malco. Got any strength left?
Not enough to swing a sword, but to say a few last words. Sure.
Too bad. No one will get to hear them. I never thought I'd actually die on this mission. Not that I'm afraid to die. It's just... hard.
Guess I have something to be thankful for then. My parents died a long time ago. They won't have to mourn me. Pisak! Always had to beat me at everything, didn't you? Right to the end, you were never one for good. Maybe you're right. Maybe no one will get to hear our last words. But just in case... Vichama... I'm so glad you didn't come with us. Don't be sad. Just... keep on living. For the both of us.
Was that?
Seems like we were able to salvage something after all.
Of course. Seeing him, hearing his voice again, it makes me unbelievably happy. But it also brings with it an even deeper pain.
A deeper pain?
Malco was always the type to put on a brave face. But in that memory just now, his hands were shaking, and his smile was forced. For all these years, I regretted not being able to fight alongside him to the end. And now I know, at the end of his life...
Bichama!
I'm fine. Actually, I heard Chief Wyna wasn't really on board with your plan to go to the Night Kingdom. When you asked for my help, I hesitated too. I knew helping you find your friend's ancient name meant leading you but I also understood why you had to try. Everyone has regrets in life, but not everyone gets the chance to make up for them. Once allowed to fester, guilt strips us of our most valuable qualities as warriors. In that sense, we might as well choose the braver path from the very beginning. If I could do it all over again, I would have followed Malco to the front lines no matter what, even with an injured leg. That way, even if the outcome stayed the same, there are critical junctures in life, and if you don't seize the chance to act, that's something I had to learn in hindsight. But you're still at the crossroads of your journey, so I hope you can walk away without regrets.
Thank you, Vichama. I feel even more determined now. Kachina will come back to us. I'll make sure of
Pô,
it.
agora vai ser esta ganga toda serviu alguma coisa, não? Vamos ver se vamos conseguir tirar o leão ou não, caralho. Senão vai ser foda.
I promised I would find her, and I intend to keep that promise.
That's good to hear.
Once abyssal corrosion enters the body, a portion will fuse itself to your internal organs. Even though the Traveler possesses powers of purification. Thanks to him, though, you were only briefly exposed. Slowing your breathing and controlling your emotions should help you keep this.
É, depois que entra, fica sempre pouco, nunca sai, é foda.
Better. You seem very knowledgeable about all this.
Just speaking from experience, that's all.
Anyway, we've recovered Kachina's ancient name, so we're off to a great start. Let's get Vichama back to his tribe and tell Wyna the good news. Oh, and apologize for destroying the spirit.
Koichi, are you really gonna just stand there like that? I don't know what you want from me.
I think you know exactly what I'm trying to say, Uncle Wyna. I can hear it in your voice.
Honestly, it's just one thing after another. They're back.
Koichi? What are you doing here?
Don't play dumb with your own sister. You know exactly why I'm here. My apologies, everyone. I just need to borrow Chaska first.
I'll be just a moment.
Who is that?
Koichi, Chaska's younger sister. Although the two aren't actually related by blood, it's kind of a long story. It's not really my story to tell, but I guess it's not a secret. You see, Chaska was actually raised by cuckoo sores. She was afflicted with a rare disease when she was a child, and abandoned in the wild as a result. The Abyss found her out there, all on her own. That strength of will pushed her to survive. But it also planted a seed of conflict within her. Eventually, she was adopted by the Cuckoo Source.
For some reason, Paimon can totally imagine that.
Well, when Chaska finally returned to human society, it was Koichi's parents who adopted her. At the time, Chaska still had a habit of getting into fights, so Koichi was always taking her around, apologizing to everyone.
Ah, I remember those days. One of those fights was definitely with me. But, you know, kids. You're fighting one minute and your friend's the next. Eventually, she found a way to rein in that desire to fight. And now she's who people call to resolve conflicts. She's known as the Peacemaker. It sounds like she still argues with Koichi, though. Don't siblings usually stop fighting when they get older?
That's partly my fault. Koichi asked me to stop Chaska from doing anything dangerous, but you probably know by now, once Chaska makes up her mind, there's no changing it.
Oh, I get it. No wonder you tried to talk us out of going to the Night Kingdom.
I'm all for your adventure. You need to take risks when you're young, because by the time you're my age, you couldn't attempt... Still, I can understand where Koichi's coming from. In the end, nobody wants to sit back and let a loved one put their life on the line.
All right, it's just the two of us now. You have 1 minute to explain yourself.
I don't have anything to say. You don't have to approve, but you should know I only do what's necessary.
That attitude is exactly the problem. It's like you don't care. You try to sneak off to the Night Kingdom behind my back and then play it down as if it's just a trip abroad.
Well, technically I am going abroad, right?
Again with the excuses! We agreed, didn't we? There are 4 levels of danger. If it's not something urgent, you can only engage in level 2 danger and below. You can only go up to level 3 if a situation is so dire there's But a trip to the Night Kingdom? If that's not a level 4, I don't know what is! And you were just going to sneak into the place without saying anything!
What do you mean, sneak into the place? I always planned on walking in there with my head held high.
You bought off Uncle Wina, didn't you? He promised me he'd stop you from doing anything dangerous. Oh, it's like he didn't even try.
You feel like he went back on his word. What if I told you my mind was made up, and there was nothing he could have done? Not even...
Oh, I knew it! So he did try to say something, but you didn't listen.
This is important. If you were in my shoes, you'd make the same decision.
You don't know that? I'm a doctor, and I handle logistics. If you're going to waltz into a dangerous situation where you could lose control at any moment, it's my duty to say something.
All right, whatever. Anything else?
You... What do you mean, anything?
Time out. Is this one of our normal arguments?
Chaska, does it sound like I'm...
Then... you need to know something. What happened to Kachina was partially my fault.
But the person you become when you lose control, that's also...
That's a different issue. You said it yourself. A person is only as good as their morals. If I want to live in Natlan, I need to display qualities that make me worthy of this nation.
I've also told you that managing your condition is equally important.
Sometimes you have to make sacrifices. All right, let's stop this here. If we keep going, I might actually have to get serious. And I think Wina prefers his roof attached to his house.
Is that a threat? That sounds like a threat to me.
Koichi! Younger sisters are supposed to listen to their elders.
So, you're really going to go, no matter what I say?
Then support me. I'll be back. All you have to do is wait.
Chaska. So, that's it.
Something you wanted to say?
I know you aren't related by blood, but
Really?
You know, I said that very thing to Koichi not too long ago, and she reacted the exact same way, down to the very tone of voice. It's not my place to get involved, but I will say this. Try to spend a little more time with your sister. You're tough kids. That doesn't mean you have to go.
Thank you.
Anytime. All right. If you're done with the Spirit Speaker Stone, you might as well hand it over. According to Kinich, it's an important ceremonial...
About that. If only Tonegif Bard was here, he could have repaired it just like the Holy Liar.
It might be in a few more pieces than you remember.
Huh? I see. Sounds like it was an urgent situation. If someone's life was on the line, then you had no choice. Still, Citlali's going to be a nightmare to deal with now that you... Stay safe out there in the Night Kingdom, okay?
Parece que está
I'll
outra
wait here for
personagem
your
nova.
safe return.
Se não me engano, vai dar um trabalho. Hutabiti. Conseguimos a pedra, nice. O Jaminha, nice. Deixa eu ver. Mas olha, acho que este episódio vai ficando por aqui.